I mean, I guess I could go back to my boat, maybe? That might be the right thing to do? Can't really tell with this game right now. Get out of here, Miwad! Wrong universe. Confirmed. What's that show called with Miwad? I can't remember. Same universe as Tales of Berseria. I got something, I guess. There's a bunch of guards here now. That's different. So maybe this is the right way to go now? Question mark.
Now what are we gonna do? What's wrong?
This dog came up with a book in its mouth. Here, take a look.
Huh. It looks pretty old. I've never seen this kind of writing before.
It's not ancient Avarost, that's for sure. Part of it looks like a chronology, so maybe it's a history book?
If I were to guess, I'd say they're Meliodosian characters, which would peg it at about 2,000 years old. It's more recent than Avarost, but the writing has fallen completely out of
Yes,
use.
peasants with
All kinds
ancient
of notes are written throughout
books.
the book, too. Someone must have been studying it.
If it's research material, that might make it Vidal's book.
Vidal? Who's that?
He's a weird kid who's way into studying history. He lives at the inn.
Could you maybe deliver the book to him for us? We were told not to get too close to him, so...
Yeah, sure. I guess.
Got research book. Okay. I've actually killed quite a few of these things. Pretty surprised by that.
My book! My book! Where could I have left it?
Are you Vidal? Is this yours?
My book! Oh, that book is super important to me. Thank you.
I'm Laphicet. I hope you don't mind that we flipped through some of it. Can you actually read Meliodosian script?
You recognize Meliodosian writing? That's
A bunch of kids
unusual
talking
in
about
this
like
day and age.
ancient freaking
Oh,
knowledge.
it's not that big of a deal, really.
When I grow up, I want to be an adventurer who travels the world and explores lots of ruins. So to make sure I'm ready for anything, I've been studying ancient history, starting with the Era of Darkness.
The Era of Darkness? You're referring to the Dark Period, right?
Right. Almost no written records from the age have survived. But if you compare the history before and after, you can tell something major must have happened.
Wow, that's fascinating.
I know!
Look at those two, all worked up over an old book. My little brother was just like that too. Laffy and our brother used to.
We've received reports of suspicious persons in the area. Have you seen anything?
Not good. They're onto us.
They're asking
Hide in my
us.
house.
Vidal, have you seen anyone suspicious recently?
Sorry, sir. I've been absorbed in my book.
That's all right.
Guys, another example of that like lazy sort of stuff, he's supposed to be leaning back in the bench, but when I go back to the screen, he has like a leaning back posture in line with the bench, but he's not touching it. He's way far off. That kind of stuff, like, it just tears at my soul. He couldn't just animate his legs to move up and push him back on the bench or make the bench, you know, more human-sized. No, couldn't do that.
Thanks.
See, look, he's
I know
leaning
it
back.
must be tough living
Who
alone
reads
with your
like
mom.
that? Just
remember,
angle your
father's a
back
praetor.
15 degrees
He's out
and
there
see how
fighting
long
to
you can
protect
hold
us
it,
all.
guys. Just
Keep
do
your
that.
chin up for his sake, at least. All
Angle
right?
your back 15 degrees like that, and just see how long you can hold it. Like you're leaning back, but you don't have a back to put your backrest to put your bag on. It's just so
Thanks for
unnatural.
your
He
help,
couldn't just
Fidel.
animate his legs to move, to be pushed up and then
Fidel,
slide him back
your
on the
father
bench.
is an
Like, it's just
exorcist?
why?
Yeah, he is.
Are they so
But don't
lazy?
worry, I won't say anything about you and your friends. I'm your friend too.
Really?
And to prove it, I'll let everyone in on a big secret. This book tells you how to make an Omega Elixir, an incredibly ancient and powerful medicine. If I'm reading it right, you need 5 ingredients in order to create the elixir. I've only translated one of them so far, but I'll tell you what it is.
That's really nice of you, Vidal. But I don't have any way to repay you for this.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. I'd just like it if you came and talked with me again sometime.
Of course. What are friends for?
Yes, friends. Friends.
The Omega Elixir. That's an ancient medicine said to be able to cure any disease. But it was my understanding that no samples or recipes survived the Era of Darkness.
Meliodosian script was used prior to the Era of Darkness, so I guess it's possible that Vidal's recipe might be legit.
He's just a kid. I don't know how much we can trust his translation.
You saw his notes. I doubt many adults could even get anything out of that book. He might be onto something.
Kids are more capable than we give them credit for, especially where their interests lie.
I think we can trust Vidal.
Laffy used to read books intently like that, too.
Furthermore, wouldn't a hypothetical Omega Elixir be quite useful to you, Velvet?
Laffy, you look like you really want to
I
track
have like a
down those
million things
ingredients.
that I want to say about the
I do.
story and writing,
Personally,
but man, it
I
just,
don't really care.
I feel like it just kind of
But if
speaks
you
for
want
itself.
to look for them, I won't stop you.
Okay.
Can you walk up that? Oh wow! Hey, you can walk up this 2-inch gap step thingy, but I couldn't walk up the other one. What's going on here? Turn to Van Elsia at Port Renede. Well, where's that? There's no like. There's no labels telling you what area you're in. You know, like I have no idea where I am at any given time because.
A frog!
The game never
It's
tells you.
unusual to see
Never
one
shows
this
you when you
close to the sea.
when you change
Hey,
zones or
I thought of
anything.
a poem. Day at Port Renede. A frog jumps into the void. The sound of the sea.
Magilu?
What was that? Just a little poem that popped into my head. My inspiration came from pondering
Oh.
the terror a frog would feel if it unwittingly leapt into the salty ocean.
That's...
I don't get it at all.
I got another one.
The frog is
Skinny
flying.
little frog, Magilu is on your side. Do not give up hope.
All right, now it's a giant frog.
I guess that one is about...
Giant
Rooting
frog
for a frog?
floating on the water.
That's right. I once bet a fortune on a game of chance involving frogs. That was my inspiration for this one. What do you think? Poetic, isn't it?
I think you have a gambling problem.
So... Did this skinny frog win?
Nope. I lost my entire bet.
I think we can call that poetic justice.
Giant frog with a big frog with a small frog stacked on top. Look, I want to feed it. Hey, you frog, you want some food? Nah, never mind. It looks like it's sitting on the ground behind me.
This big storm came and swept me out to a Class 4 island. And let me tell you, it's as bad as the rumors make it sound. I wanted to just wait it out in a shipyard somewhere, but then the water turned all gooey. Then I had these jellyfish things coming onto the deck, and before I knew it, slugs were swimming around in the damn ocean.
Wouldn't the salt in
Or
seawater
my
mess
son's
up
son
a
ever
slug?
again.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But these weren't no sea slugs neither. It was scary, I'll tell you that much. You want my advice? Stay the hell away from that island altogether. But if you do go, watch out for that gooey stuff.
What did that pirate mean by Class 4? I've never heard of that.
It's a classification the Abbey uses to help inform their strategy, an estimation of how well they've been able to manage the demon outbreak in an area. Administrative Zone Classes 1 through 3 have been assigned a suitable contingent of exorcists to guarantee the population's safety.
So, Class 4 administrative zones are ones that are still unsafe?
In a perfect world, the entire kingdom would be protected, but there's just not enough manpower to go around. The Abbey doesn't send exorcists to remote areas and far-off islands. Instead, they avoid casualties by making those areas off-limits.
But that pirate mentioned he'd come close to an island. Are those policies actually enforced?
They send out an official notice to stay away, and that's all. It's not like they could blockade every tiny remote island out there. So you're free to dive into the deep end if you want, but no one will come to your rescue. Hope you know how to swim.
If they could keep the demons in check, they wouldn't have to tell people to stay clear. Frankly, I think the Abbey just doesn't want to go near places like that.
I mean, can
In
you
other
blame
words,
them?
these are dangerous places that the Abbey has washed their hands of.
Dangerous places that
I wonder
everybody
how
have
much they
washed their
can
hands of it.
administrate these places
Nobody's
when they're not willing
wrong
to
here.
Get their hands dirty.
Yeah, they're just like trying
Are
to
there many
force
Class 4
negative
administrative zones?
view of the
I've
Abbey
heard of
again.
10
I mean,
such
it's fine.
regions
Yes,
in
they're
my
bad
time
because of the
working as an
bad guy,
inspector
but
for the Abbey. But
this
I'm
is
afraid
forced.
I couldn't tell you their exact locations or their current status.
super forced.
If the Abbey abandoned this island, it's probably safe to assume that it's getting to be pretty dangerous.
If we go there, we're gonna want to be prepared.
You can now go to Class 4 Administrative Zone. Okay. Why is it called Administrative Zone, though? Are we administrating something there? What's up, Kim?
Demons! There's more of them. A whole band of them rampaging through Warwick Forest.
Not
There
through
was
the Wayne
already one
Forest!
dangerous demon in those woods, and now we have more, and they're still on the loose. A lot of exorcists have come to deal with them, but
What do these demons look like?
That's what I want to know. Those Abbey people won't tell us nothing. Every time a demon comes around, it's all, show us your cargo this, and don't leave port for a while that. How are we supposed to catch any fish?
these
With
demons
a
really
net.
are a pain in the neck. If I was an exorcist, I'd lay down some justice, I tell
Oh,
ya.
yeah?
At
I'm
the
sure
end of
you
the
would.
day, it's not the demons or the exorcists that have it rough. It's us normal folk.
Anyway, you guys should be careful. There are demons about.
Thanks for the warning.
Now die, and I will consume your soul.
First mate, you're all right.
Sorry to worry you.
And the captain?
First Mate Chan!
It turned out to be a fake. But now I know the real one's still alive somewhere.
Well, of course he is.
Not that he has a lot of time left.
What do you mean?
Calm down. I'll explain later.
Aizen, you stay calm too, okay?
And you've
I
all
love
taken your
how the blush
Salatoma?
works on
Yes,
Aizen
sir.
so well.
And nobody died?
Like,
All still
the
kicking.
way he acts, it just looks like he's
Compared to your
always
curse, sir,
subtly
the
blushing every
sickness was tiny
cutscene.
potatoes.
I mean,
All right.
normally he
Then
wouldn't
let's
be,
get ready
but
to sail out.
it just fits.
Already done, sir.
Fits him so well.
We're ready whenever.
The Pirate's Creed, huh?
There's worse out there.
Oh, I see. Bum, 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 Wait. Stop. Wait. No, wait. Stop. We were further east than we are now when we had the supposed dangerous disease and we had to make an emergency port landing. We were like all the way to the east, like the next continent to the east. You know, just south of that before, but when the ship stopped and it said, "Oh no, emergency! We need to make port because of our disease or whatever." And now all of a sudden we're way over to the west. Like, are you making a game for blind people? You know, like, come on! Don't treat me like a freaking idiot. Like, stuff like this. It's happening again! More things that just get under my skin! I can't stand it!
It's too bad that wasn't the real Ifreed. But I'm glad everyone on the ship is feeling better.
Yeah. Though it sounds like they never want to touch that Salatoma stuff ever again.
What about Eleanor?
She took it too, and her face went all wow.
I don't mean how she looked. I mean how she actually feels.
Oh, well, she looks like she feels better too.
Good.
You're worried about her, aren't you, Velvet?
No, it's nothing like that.
It's not like I'm worried about you or anything,
Let me tell you
Babaka.
something, kiddo. When young maidens ripen, they have trouble expressing their feelings.
So
When young
Velvet's
maidens ripen.
ripen?
Mogilu! Quit giving Laffy set confusing thoughts.
No trouble expressing those feelings, I see.
The Abbey is supposed to exist to bring peace and order to the world. Everything the Abbey does, everything Lord Melchior and Shepherd Artorius do, it ought to be rooted in that mission. And yet, something just doesn't feel right here.
You are dismissed. That knowledge is not for you.
Something wrong? Whoa! Easy there. Just asking.
Sorry. I was just deep in thought. Is there something you need from me?
Nah. Just heard a bunch of sighs and wondered if you were feeling sick or anything.
No, I drank my Salatoma juice.
Ah. Tasted like crap, didn't it?
It wasn't that bad.
Hey,
What?
are you afraid of demons?
No, I am not. It's more like I despise them. 10 years ago, a group of them attacked my village. They destroyed everything. And everyone.
Including your family?
Yes. The only family I had at that point was my mother. And in all the chaos, she... All I have left of her is this hand mirror she gave me. I didn't want anyone else to have to feel the way I did. And so I became an exorcist in order to destroy demons. So you can keep your pity.
Gotcha. I will then.
What is that?
That's a bird.
That's called a pangyon, a type of bird native to this area.
Pangyon.
Their meat is succulent and tender, and makes a lovely stew.
Wow, what's it taste like?
You'd eat that poor thing? Savage.
You're one to talk, demon.
I only eat people.
It was one of my mother's specialties.
All right, enough of the chit-chat. Magilu, what's this grimoire friend of yours like?
Well,
Hey, what's up, Q? What's going on, dude?
Put it.
It's a mudkip.
You know, like that.
Nope.
Like what?
Well, to put it in a way those of meager imagination can understand, Grimm's got a sort of listless, aristocratic air about her. A noble woman in her twilight, you could say.
Huh. So you mean like a woman, but different from Velvet and Eleanor.
You're not wrong there. Tell you what, just keep an eye out for a grown woman.
Grown woman. Okay, I got it.
Well, since we got her name, we could start by asking around.
Exactly. Now you're talking. What's up, kiddo?
Magilu, you're a grown woman yourself. So why is it you have trouble clearly expressing your real feelings?
Boom, got him.
Good question. Put simply, a long time ago, mine broke. Bagow! Chapoom! Bye-bye!
Your feelings broke?
Come on. Let's question the townsfolk.
Yeah. Really not a big fan of this game's, like, undertone themes, which tend to be based a lot about, like, trying to explain women, and all it does is really just be really sexist all the time. Like, all the time. All the time. Can get a little tired. Ooh, red lavender. Nice. The red stat ups are really good. Japan is quite sexist, sure, but at least, like, at the very least, a lot of the stuff is localized out. Or, like, it's just not as overt, I guess you could say. And, this is definitely, like, just right up in your face. Boom. Trying to put, like, a hard definition on women, or saying that they're, like, evil, and just... Ugh. It's aggravating, and I feel really bad for anybody that's actually a woman and has to listen to it. No, trope, no. You don't get to just be like, oh, it's just a trope. It's okay that it's sexist. No, that's not a valid excuse. You don't, it's like if it was super racist, and it's like, oh, it's okay, it's just a trope. No one's gonna go for that. It's the same thing. Like, racism isn't any worse than sexism. It's the same thing. But you're dismissing it, you know? You're dismissing it like, it's okay, it's just tropes. That's the same. That's part of the problem. Part of the problem is trying to normalize sexism or anything like that, you know? Oh, it's just tropes. You know, boys will be boys, whatever, that kind of stuff. It's dismissing it, and it's part of the problem. It's the same thing as being sexist, you know? Not that you were trying to be sexist, I'm trying to blame you of that, but that's just what it is, you know? So, now you know. They show hentai on 8K screens in downtown Tokyo? No, they don't. No, they don't. Not the actual nudity parts of it. They might have like an advertisement for it, maybe, but I never saw any, and I spent a month in Tokyo. Oh, sorry, yeah, we don't, I don't know why the bot didn't pick up on that word, but we don't allow that word. But, whatever, I'll just leave it for now. But, No, that you're talking about like a lot of the pornography in the States has that kind of fetish in it as well. You know, like that's not a thing. It's not a reason. It's not an excuse. It's not anything. But they don't play that in downtown Tokyo. They don't. There's nothing like that. Started Rogue Galaxy and made it to the boss in the second area, got instantly wrecked. Really big turn off for the game. Yeah, there's a little bit of difficulty scaling in that game. It can get pretty rough from time to time. You kind of start to learn pretty early what kind of game it is. And I definitely got wrecked in a lot of places. The game was okay overall, though. It's anime, Fawnmaster. Anime in particular goes super hardcore about the sexism and stuff. Actually, another thing is, Japan actually has stricter laws and policies regarding nudity and public nudity, especially, and so that's another reason why that's definitely not a thing. But there's a reason why Japan, is kind of known as like a place of weird porn stuff, and the reason actually is because of their stricter policies. They can't show penetration. Or I'm not sure if the pubic hair is still a thing or not, but you know, that can be taken care of. But yeah, that's why. So they can't show that, so they have to go in odd directions to get what they still want, and it becomes, well, Japan.
Still no leads on that grimoire lady.
Magulu, when did you get that letter from her you mentioned?
Hard to say. It must have been last year? A decade ago?
Take this seriously, or I'll feed you to the sharks.
Yeah, they have, really.
What? I think I'd at least rate a Kraken.
Keep this up and I swear I'll eat... It's them!
The final preparations are complete. Once you've assumed your new post, everyone will act on your command.
Thank you, sister. But to be honest, I worry that these shoes I'm filling might just be a bit too big for me.
You need not worry. You possess a special strength and quality that others lack. Shepherd Artorias has high hopes for your deployment to Palamedes. Fear not. Just be yourself and you'll do fine. Believe you're a leader, and you will be.
Yes, I'll try to make you proud, sister.
They're sending him to Palamedes? Is that the name of a facility on this island?
Yeah, exactly, Cindy. Yeah, there's
I had better get going.
There's a lot of women that don't recognize sexism when they see it because, you know, male-dominated society.
Oh, one more thing. Be
normalizes
careful around the demon
sexism.
in Haria. It's stronger than it looks. We've even had some casualties.
Understood.
Also, if you must drink the water, remember to boil it.
Really?
Sister.
I know, I worry too much. But I just can't help myself.
So, there's a demon in Haria. Sounds like it's a pretty feisty one, too.
If so, it may prove useful.
Still, what magical timing for Oscar to show up here at the very same hour we do.
I understand your suspicion of me, but have you any proof?
None, it's true. But as an exorcist, you're certainly sympathetic to the Abbey's cause.
Yep, I've had that happen for me too, Fawnmaster, yeah.
And soon you may wish we were sympathetic.